another video, and I have been, seeing this thing that was going on with Kim. She did an interview with Fat Joe, and she talked about a multitude of topics. Okay, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna dissect it and having this conversation. But again, when these interviewers have a conversation with Kim, they always go into, what do you think about female hip hop? What do you think about the industry? One piece in that clip, do you feel like you're getting your flowers or the respect in the industry? She said no. So I'm gonna play a little piece of this interview with Kim and Fat Joe. Is this the part?
Represents Brooklyn, knows what know your way.
First time I ever met you, and even after he passed.
Okay. There we go. Let me go back to share.
Like that. Actually, a real good one.
Give me a second.
No, you know. That's a piece spread, man.
Okay, 21. Let me screen share this so you all can see this. We're going to have a conversation. All right. Where we at? Okay.
Rest in peace, Fred. Yo, Queen. What is that drop? What you said on that drop? You said,
the flavor station that rocks the nation, spread love is the Brooklyn way. Which one? If you don't,
you know, this is Little Kid in Brooklyn.
Yeah, Monty. That one.
I love that shit. Every time I hear that drop, I don't care where I'm at. I'm like, yo, that shit, the best drop in the world. Sis, you don't know. I don't have to tell you how much I love you. You already know how much I love you. Since day one, I was trying to tell everybody since the day I met you. I met you the first time I met you. You won't remember, but I met you at the Palladium. And you was a little girl, and you was with Biggie. And we was backstage, and he introduced me to you. And from that day, I never lost that same vision of you since the first time I ever met you. And
I'm glad that Fat Joe is giving Kim her flowers. But we're going to get into the conversation. I'm going to critique us and see where Kim can do better. But I'm going to put a little bit more of this. And Kim actually was doing an interview in her car. And obviously that'll just show you the love and the appreciation that she had for Fat Joe to literally interview in your vehicle. And also, after we talk about the Kim stuff, we also going to talk about the Funky Dineva stuff. So let me put a little bit more of this.
Even after he passed, I always seen you as that Biggie's right hand girl, Little Kim, the Queen, and I've always addressed you in that way. So salute to you. Thank you for being on the show.
Of course. I hate being on it like this, but we was like, we got to stop everything that we doing and do this for Joe. Kim,
you got to stop everything. This is the biggest show in the game, Kim. I don't know if you've been tuned to be like a naughty girl, a sex symbol. Who came up with that image originally?
It was mainly Biggie, but he just took what I already had. Like, he looked at me. I was just this sexy, sexual, bad bitch.
And talk about, and I'm glad she brought that piece up because everybody, Big was very, very, very involved in Kim's career. He helped her develop her persona. So I was glad that they brought this interview up. And now many people that are Kim fans know this stuff, but this is just great to see her doing an interview on Instagram and getting caught up with this new talent of folks. But I'm gonna put a little bit more of this.
That's right, bad bitch. You're still a bad bitch, boy.
Yeah. He said he had never seen anything like me, so he wanted to take what I had and enhance it and make it something different that the world never saw before. So he knew that the way I talk was sexy, because he was like, that's crazy. But he knew that if he helped me enhance the things that I said or tell me a certain way to say it, he knew it would shock the world. But I used to have rhymes that would be like that. That would be so sexy and nasty, whatever. And he just took it and he's like, "Oh, that's your wave right there."
That's crazy because you know your man, rest in peace, Big Pun, used to try to gas my wife all the time to make her a rapper. He'd be like, yo, you're gonna be the Spanish little Kim. You're gonna be
This is what makes us happy. Like we just have family, and that's when
fast forward this part.
act like I ain't.
Oh, that's a fact. And let me tell you, your people won't let them. Your fans won't let them.
No, I think it's a beautiful thing. Like the way I see it is that when one girl, because when me, Missy, and all of us was out, when it's one girl's turn, we all lift her up and put the crown on her. And then when it's the next girl's turn, you lift that girl up and put the crown on her.
Yeah, because I know.
And this is where I found issue with. I'm all here for your man being there for you. And somebody brought the comment up and took the words out of my mouth. Why is her man all in the camera? What gets me is you have to be careful being in a relationship with an inspired rapper. Mr. Papers, he's trying to be a rapper. I mean, it ain't just cutting for him. But she's now explaining about back when the 90s, when you had Eve, you had the Brad, you had Kim, you had Missy Elliott, you had all of these rappers. And she was saying that when it was a lot of us, we all rallied behind that person and put the crown on them. So I'm going to play a little bit more of this. And every time Kim is in the news, they always asking Kim about the current condition of female hip hop. And Kim answered, and this is how she reached the news. But I'm going to play a little bit more of this. We're going to have a conversation also, too. I'm looking forward to hearing y'all calling in as well.
I love how the girls are working together now, but they acting like you, Eve, y'all been working together. Missy, the Brat. Like, if there was a ladies' night, a new one, who would be on there right now? Who do you think would be on there? What's your choice for like a ladies' night part 2?
That would involve me and Remy. Because see, the thing is like, you know.
No, I'm just saying, like these new girls. Like, who would you like to see a ladies' night anthem?
Well, I don't know. I would have to really think about it.
And the reason why Kim didn't answer that question, I'm just going to assume, because every time she name an artist and she leave out a Nicki or she leave out a Cardi, she's in the press. And I just think traditionally she'd be in the press of that. And I'm going to play this other clip that I downloaded. This was the interview that she did, and she went off on this radio show host. I'm gonna play this, and I remember this because she understand, like, anytime she interview, they always try to get Kim in that got you moment, or I got her to go viral. But I remember she went off on this radio show personality when he asked her this question.
You are the queen bee. This has been established for I don't know how many years. I don't want to age you, but since I've been a child. Do you feel some type of about Nicki dropping an album called Queen?
Oh, God. Let me ask you this, right? Like, do you fuck with me for real?
Yeah, yo, Notorious K.I.M. is my shit.
Okay, so no.
Bella Mafia was my shit.
So if you fuck with me, right?
He's a real
why isn't this about Kim?
Oh, it's not, I'm just asking.
Yeah, because you know what? If we're going to mention one female, we need to mention them all.
Okay.
We need to mention everybody. We need to bring everybody in, and we need to give everybody love. God bless her. What she did. But you know what? God bless her. I wish her the best. I'm past that. I'm over it.
I respect that.
Like, at the end of the day, no, this is going to stay. Stop asking me about.
I respect that. No, I respect that.
I love you. You cool. You always been cool with me. But she did what she did. And until she's ready to be, you know, hopefully God puts it on her mind or whoever else's mind to do the right thing because she knows what she did. And once that happens, then, you know, hopefully everyone will stop asking me because y'all don't do that to her. You know, I mean, I've
never interviewed Nicki, but if I did sit down with her, I would ask her about that.
But I don't think you would. But at the end of the day, every time stuff like this comes out, it's always like, oh, why is she still talking about? But you guys are the one asking me about other situations.
No, I mean, so, to be fair, like we had Remy Ma up here, and like I talked to her about like how you guys have love.
Though,
like,
we need to stop doing
that.
No,
100%.
Because that automatically puts females against each other.
No, and
let each female shine.
No, I agree. I think that's what's wrong right now.
Right. So then let's get rid of it.
Okay.
So when Remy's up here, right? Ask her about her fucking dope ass bars. She got bitches.
No.
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
So ask her about her bars. Ask her about what she got going on. Ask her about her life. Do that, please, for me. Let's not even go back to the situation. Let's not even go back to that. Let's do that.
Real quick,
I want to
say this. I respect you for even addressing it.
Thank you. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's give every girl, including all girls, their own privacy. Let's give every girl their own recognition. Let's celebrate every girl in their own right.
100%.
So the only way to do that is to focus on what they're doing and what they got going on.
100%.
You know what I mean? I just feel like, a female rapper, everyone who makes their way in the industry is a queen in their own right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I feel. If that's how they feel, if they feel that that's what they want to, Cardi said up and down, like, I don't care about the word queen and all of that. I don't really care about it either. I was named that. I never named myself that.
Yeah.
It's a difference. When the streets name you that,
right?
Biggie named me that. I didn't name myself.
Facts.
100%.
When you gotta name yourself, that's a whole different thing. I would never name myself that. You know what I'm saying? So the streets name me that. But for me, I don't really care about. Like, I know I'm nice. I know I'm dope. You know what I'm saying?
Who are some other up and coming? Because I always feel like you have put your stamp behind dope young artists. Who are some up and coming?
You've always embraced new acts.
Always.
I appreciate
always.
that.
Always.
I appreciate that.
So remember what you said when you think about situations. What have I always done?
You've always embraced young artists.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
So now those questions can stop.
Who are you listening to right now? Like that's up and coming. Like who are you fucking with?
It's a few females that.
It don't even gotta be females.
They don't have to be.
It can be anybody. Yeah.
Let me see.
There's some really good artists out right now.
There's some artists that's not super new because they've been out for a few, maybe some months now, or maybe a year now. But like, I like Gunna a lot.
Yeah, Gunna's
like,
putting on.
He's like my favorite artist right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's so dope.
She had that conversation because he was asking a question about Nicki, because a lot of people, these males in these radio personalities position, it is their job to ask you a got you question, a viral moment. I wanted to reach the shade room, wanted to reach Ball Alert. So, and she shut it down. And I just think with this Fat Joe interview, she knew, like, if I answered this question about Ladies Night, and if I name every artist, or if I miss an artist, automatically they're gonna come and attack Kim. And that's what it is. But I'm gonna play a little bit more of this and give commentary on what Kim should work on, and just on this show, because I am a huge Lil Kim fan. Let me play a little bit more of this Fat Joe interview. This is when Kim went on Fat Joe's show.
You know what I mean? I feel like, like, I don't even like when people use the term old, because I feel like I didn't evolve into an old, I evolved into a monarchy, a queen that is, you understand what I'm saying? I'm like the queen of all queens. I didn't evolve into an OG. I already was that when I first came out, you know what I'm saying? But at 17, you know what I mean? I like the fact that certain people still see you as necessary, valuable. So, like, why the fuck can't me and the girls that have been around put you on a fucking new remix with new artists? Like, what's up? I don't get that.
Everybody has tried,
and I want to answer that piece. Like, even like doing it, she was like, "Why I can't be the ones that's still breathing?" A lot of people forget that Kim is still out here. Kim is still doing what she's doing. Why can't it be me, Remy, and these other the OGs doing it? And it can. Kim just have to make that move and to do it. And put a little bit more of this.
To dress like you, emulate you, duplicate you. I think what you was definitely impressed on one Halloween when Beyonce. That's like, nah, don't front with me, yo, Kim. That day you went to sleep happy that night, huh?
Yes, that was so dope. That's what I'm saying about crowning another queen. We both have the same name. That's just what it's gonna be. She's Queen B and I'm Queen B. Period. She's Queen Bay and I'm Queen B. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? Her name happened to start with a B. My name started with a B. So we both Queen Bs. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. And I love Beyonce. Every time we see each other, which I don't know who, like all of the people who try to cause commotion about it, but every time we see each other, we kiss, we hug, and we talk. And you know what I mean? We used to be really, really close, but over the years, our careers went in certain directions, so we don't get to see each other as much. But I know me and Beyonce would do something freaking absolutely phenomenal, out of this world. We did work together on the Noti on something before, but you know, when her and Jay-Z was like wilding at the Grammys party, when they was like jamming to my when I performed with Puffy at the Grammy, at the Grammy Clive Davis.
The Grammy party.
That was so crazy to look and just see them in the audience, like just showing mad love. That was dope. And then afterwards, we all hung out at Puffy's parties. I mean, at Puffy's house. So, you know, she came and told me how great the performance was. So,
nah, she love you, man. You know that. Let me take it to the movie, the Biggie.
And now they're gonna get into the movie piece again. Kim is very consistent in her interview and her answers and her questions. And we're going to have a full-fledged conversation. And I encourage people to call in and to have their opinion about what it is. You don't have to super chat your way to the top because we're not there yet. But one day we might be. But we're going to have this honest conversation about our sister, Lil' Kim, and a beautiful conversation that needs to be had. And even that piece of Beyonce showing love with Kim, I remember that day when it was close around Halloween, and Beyonce was paying homage to Kim. I think it was a very beautiful moment because, so many people throw so much dirt at Kim and they forget about the work, the blood, the sweat and tears that she accomplished in hip hop. And to see Beyonce as huge as she is as an artist, to reach down and to say, hey, this is Kim, this is the original Queen Bee, to rock that, I was like, I think that was dope. And that told me a lot about Beyonce's character, that she is all about sisterhood, all about empowerment, and all about uplifting artists, even about the artists that are quote unquote not getting enough press or attention from mainstream media or from the industry. I think that was dope. I'm gonna play a little bit more because this is getting to part about the movie.
Did you like how your character was portrayed? Because it was a major part of the movie.
Yeah, no, I hate that movie. To me, it was like a spoof. It was something that I would have never agreed to. I didn't like who played me. I didn't know. No.
So you ain't like who played. So who would you have play you?
To Brooklyn and find a girl within that period that I feel represents Brooklyn, knows what it's like to grow up in Brooklyn. And then once I got in the movie, when I get a little older, I would play myself from that stage. But from that point, I gotta go to Brooklyn and give some little girl from Brooklyn a chance to really, really show, like, I know who Little Kim is for real.
Fact. Yeah, that's a fact. I seen Tiana Taylor act like you before. Damn, boy, look at all this lovey-dovey going on, man. What's up?
I have no idea. Like, it's just like, as a matter of fact.
Right, because we know we in a tough time right now, with racially and everything in America. And so when you see your fellow artists like females, you seen Cardi and Meg do this song, and they got
and you see Fat Joe, he's constantly asking, because Fat Joe want his show to be public. He want his show everybody to talk about it. So he's asking her a question about WAP. So Kim will continue to get these questions until she listens to Wiley advice. Brandy listened to our advice, and Brandy got the #1 album, independent wise, and also the number 12 album out of 200 albums in the country. Brandy album charted at number 12, and this is an independent album. But I just think Kim needs to listen to this advice, but listen to her response to his with WAP, and then we're gonna get into the Funky Dineva piece after I talk about Kim.
For like doing this song, like what do you feel like? You've been making music like this your whole life, like, so what do you think about it?
It is what it is. So what?
And you see how it is what it is. She don't want to answer the wrong way because the press is going to, the fan bases and people going to be saying stuff.
Make your music talk your shit.
Yeah, make your music talk your shit.
Yeah, because I feel like it's always so hard, right? Like they make it so hard for females to get along, or when the female do some shit. Like me and Papers, we rap about shit all the time. This foul as shit. Ain't nobody talking about that. But when a female do some shit, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
And all we doing is representing for the females. That's it. I don't understand. Like, we representing. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. So I've always felt like, this is my personal opinion. You ain't got to co-sign it or nothing, but I always felt like you the blueprint. You the DNA for it. Do you feel like you get your flowers? Do you feel like they give you your props?
Here we go with this question. And this is the question.
No, that's okay. No, I don't. But it's okay because I don't want no flowers. I want some money. I want a check. I want fucking deposit, cash on demand, CODs. That's what I want.
Right. Let me tell you something. There should be a little Kim series. Like
yeah, you know what I don't like, Joe? I don't like when people want to steal from me or do something for me. That's when they give me my props, and then they don't really want to come behind the scenes and show the love. I love love, especially amongst the females. Like I love when we can hang out. Me, Mary, Missy, we used to drive to the beach together and chill on the 4th of July. Like we used to hang out. We used to listen. We go to the studio just to hang out, and then it's like, yo, I think I got something for that. Just jump on it. It's never planned. It should just be love. It should be like, yo, we rolling,
Yeah, I think you embody that because anybody who don't like Little Kim, they're the greatest haters on the planet Earth.
And I agree with that. And let me first of all, the interview. The Kim interview, I think Joe did not do a great job. But again, this is my message to Kim. When her album dropped back in October, she made some major mistakes when the album dropped. Number one, she had Found You, which was a dope, upbeat club banger. Kim did not push that music enough. But first and foremost, everybody been waiting on a Kim album to drop. Kim got distracted, got into a beef with Nicki. They got back and forth, going back and forth. Commercially, Nicki was releasing commercially produced projects. Due to Kim signing a bad deal with some production company, signed a terrible deal. The deal went sour. She was prohibited from producing new music because, she signed a bad deal. When she was finally able to release music, she did not take advantage of social media. The problem with so many of these artists from the 90s, they are forgetting that they are in a new era, the era of social media. You with Snapchat, you with TikTok, you with Instagram. If Kim take advantage of even doing some of her music and wearing some of the rigs to introduce that I am still here, and it gets on the Shade Room, it gets on Baller Alert, it gets on Hollywood Unlocked, that will usher in and plant the seed of my project so people will know to remind my current fans, my day one fans, and also to remind the younger folks that don't know too much about me. But you have to take advantage of this social media world. It is very important. It is a very powerful tool. If I'm an artist and I want to drop my book, I'm not on. You best believe you're going to see me on social media, building an audience. So by the time my book dropped, I didn't build 10 plus years of an audience that when I promote it, they'll be the first to rush to buy it. But when she released the project, she wasn't doing social media. She wasn't on podcasts. She wasn't on blogs. It's a lot of people like Funky Dineva, like a daytime tea time. You need to go on shows that is outside your comfort zone that will ask you the hard, cutting edge conversations. Another piece, she needs to be a producer of her life story. No one's going to tell Kim's story like Look Kim. Before an album drop, she should have been planning a docuseries. Everybody will be rushing to put Kim's story on a network. BET, MTV, Netflix. It is so many eras out there, and I think she needs to be more business savvy because Brandy learned that lesson. I think Brandy realized that let me be more on social media. Let me negotiate a deal to make sure Moesha drops at around the same time my album dropped, and let me make sure that I'm actively involved with the streaming services. Let me go ahead and do a deal with the census and do a concert. Plant seeds that I'm still out here doing music. Let me do answer questions on Twitter, utilizing social media. So when her album dropped, a lot of people rushed to do it because one thing about the current music consumers, they will drag you. A lot of people were dragging Brandy. But what did that do? That brought a lot of people to support her album. A lot of people was being nosy. Oh, let me hear for myself. And it rushed to #1 independent album, #1 R&B album. Look, Kim need to do a documentary about her life. The elephant in the room is the alterations that she did to her face, the plastic surgery, and put it in context. Why did you get the plastic surgery? If you are be honest about it, talk about it in your music, put it out there, then people will rush you to it to make it hot. You're not a washed up artist. I just think that you're not putting the resources and utilizing your platform and maximizing those platforms like you should. You need to start utilizing Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, interact with your fans, and let them know that your music's here. Because it is nowhere in the world with that track, 9 tracks, and it was a good album. It's just the rollout of Kim was very lazy. I think Kim is living in an era in the 90s. She's living in an era, just like Brandy was living in an era. I'm just giving my opinion. Everybody know me. I'm this big superstar. But we in 2020. Everybody don't remember you in the 90s. Half of these folks that are consuming music today, they weren't even born when you were out, right? So you have to learn how to change and reinvent with the times. Once you master that and garner that, you will be successful as an artist. And what gets me with Kim, she's not utilizing the millions of people that follow her on a daily basis. When you go on her platform, we go to Kim's platform and send this to Lil' Kim. You're making old pictures July 13th, July 13th, July 12th. You're not posting enough on social media. You're not utilizing what God has given you, which is social media. You are an independent artist, meaning that you got to work twice as hard. And Brandy have learned that lesson. 211, I dropped the ball. I'm with a label. But now I'm independent. I got to put the work in, go to Target and buy my album, and put it on social media, go and join these different lives. Brandy joined in with her Brandy groups. She started going on their lives, tapping into her market, reminding folks I'm here. She was reading comments, responding to folks, etc., etc. But Kim have not learned that. It's because I think what Kim is dealing with, she got too many yes men around her that's not telling her the truth. I think she moved too slow when it comes to music. With me, I would tell you to drop singles. Be out there in the streets. When Kim goes to a club, the line is around the door. So that's not a problem with that. It's that she have an issue with learning how to market and promote herself in social media. This is why it is so important to have people that understand social media, that is actively on social media, that understand you on social media. I just think that she needs to do a better job. She could go back into doing skits. It's like things that Kim could be doing that I feel like is great. She needs to shop her life story, her docuseries, or her biopic to Netflix, Lifetime. They give everybody a movie. You could call Lifetime up, executive produce it, get a girl in Brooklyn to tell your story. Your perspective of Biggie is a different type of perspective what Faith have about Biggie, because you was the side chick. So we would love to hear that, but not just stick with Biggie. Talk about when Biggie died and how you had to continue your career. Then let's talk about your domestic violence relationship. Talk about how you took the bid and then snitch. It's so many things that Kim can learn from these current artists being relevant, utilizing social media. If you look at Tekashi 6ix9ine, this man is utilizing Instagram to its fullest extent. He utilizing YouTube. This man was on house arrest and he did videos in his home surrounded with his security. Now he's able to go outside. Now he's trolling. He's live on Instagram. He's going to Nipsey Hussle place right now. He's making it known that I ain't no has-been. The hottest rapper is because I'm actively involved on social media. You've seen Meek Mills criticizing Tekashi. Meek, why you criticizing? Utilize social media like he utilizing it and talk to your people, or they will now, or they'll forget about you. Period. You got to be hungry, and you have to have people on your team that is hungry too, and you cannot have too many yes men all the time. It ain't no, it's good to have hype to hype you up, but you need somebody in the room to say, Kim, sister girl, you need to start going on these podcasts, these radio shows, and you answer any question. Be like, ask me anything to go viral. You need to be more hot so the conversation will be on you, and go on shows that they can ask you questions that you may have never answered before. But you go on these same scripted, the same stuff, they ask you the same about everybody. It's a problem when you go in the room as an artist with an extensive resume like Kim, and they're asking you about a Nicki, WAP, everybody else except Kim, your album. Fat Joe, if you're such a fan of Kim, Fat Joe, Brother Joe, why didn't you ask Kim about her new direction and sound of her album 9? Why didn't you talk about her record Go Off? Why didn't you talk about Jet Flu? Why did you talk about Found You? Why didn't you talk about Bag? Why didn't you talk about an incredible record that was slept on, Pray For Me, featuring Rick Ross? Because you are getting involved with people that have their own narrative and just got you questions so they podcast can get picked up by Apple, or they podcast can get picked up by Spotify. I just think that, because I was listening to somebody else's live and they said, well, I think Kim got a mental illness. I don't think she have a mental illness. I just think that she's living in an era, and she's not living in today's era. She need to realize that, baby, I got to learn the game of today. I got to learn, because I'm still bad. but I need to learn how to utilize and promote and market and utilize my social media to the best of my ability, and to make sure that I'm not sleeping on these tracks and say, well, I got to do it. I'm putting the music out there because people will forget about you. You need to get into producing and diversify your portfolio. Get into media. Get into television. One thing about Rihanna, even though people are still yearning for her album, she didn't go away and just hide and went away. No, she got into fashion. She got into the beauty industry. She started to tap into other industry. Nicki was the same way. She started to get into acting, get into producing. That is something that Kim have to do. And she have to get the right people, lawyers, management that can shop and do her right, and not use her and give her bad dealings and take advantage of her. She need the right amount, somebody like myself, that's going to fight like hell that she get what is deserving to her. And I wish I can talk with Kim. Maybe I wish I can talk with her and have a conversation and tell her, sister, you have a platform. You just have to know how to utilize your platform. You need to have a podcast where you feature it. Mary J. Blige. Well, look, Kim got a podcast where she's reflecting on things in her career and share some moments. That could be shot to Apple, Spotify. People will be interested into your podcast. But I don't want to see Mr. Papers, because when you and Mr. Papers was beefing or having y'all a tit for tat, he went on, started liking Nicki Minaj pictures and stuff like that. So he can't be trusted. He trying to have his rap career. Mr. Papers want to be known and ain't checking for it. I heard his spits. He could just stick where he had, stacking some paperwork and packing up some boxes or shipping some products or something like that. But music, nah, it's too late for him. Kim, it's not late for you. I just hope that you take heed to my advice. And the phone lines is yet open. So if anybody do want to call in, you can call in and have your opinion. But I have to say this about Kim. I love Kim. I purchased her music. I just feel like I just disagree with the rollout of promoting her album. She just went all in New York. You should have been in Chicago. You should have done so much promoting. Should have did every HBCU. This before the pandemic. And now in the pandemic, you need to take advantage of people being at home. You need to do a versus battle with Eve. Call her up. Do a versus battle with Missy Elliott. That will introduce you to the current state of consumers. You got to be reintroduced. Even though people might know of you, they need to be reminded of what you had accomplished. So you could do a versus battle with a Missy, or a versus battle with somebody like Eve, a versus battle with whomever you feel like that is a female rapper during your era would do that, and just to bring people to your side so you can get those streams and those downloads. And people like, well, dang, and then introduce your new track, your new music. But you have to take advantage of social media. I cannot tell you, I see so many folks that have a massive social media presence and they just sit on it, don't do nothing with it. I've seen YouTubers. They don't know how to get in contact with their audience. Some don't even know who their audience is. They don't know. With me, this is why we do a text list. So if I'm sending a video, I send a text list. This is why I have a call in. People can call me. I keep in contact of what's currently going on. So because you don't want to be outdated, you want to be up for the time. That's why I'm taking advantage of using Instagram, the reel that they got like the real thing. It's like their version of a TikTok. So I'm learning how to do that, because if you're not willing to learn the new stuff, you will be left behind. So I'm learning how to do the TikTok. I'm learning the reel. I'm learning about bingo. I'm learning about all this extra stuff. So, you got to learn and be always a student and never be too grown that you forget. No, always be willing to soak up knowledge and learn and stuff like that. And another thing, she did not go and do a interview with the Breakfast Club, I don't think. And ask them hard, cutting edge questions. Go on Angela Yee lip service. Shop and do your own reality show about your life and be willing to answer those questions about plastic surgery. That's the big elephant in the room. Write a book. It is so many things that Kim can be doing, unfortunately, that she's not doing. I personally believe she is living in a delusional state, talking about she is the queen. Everybody should know it. Everybody should bow down, and they ain't gonna do it. They are only for those that are relevant. One thing that I like about Fantasia did a concert, a virtual concert. I think people paid a certain amount, and she got on stage and she did a virtual concert. Why can't Kim give us a virtual concert? Like the same way with Brandy, she did a virtual concert. It was sponsored by the Census, and she did a virtual concert. Look, Kim can do the same thing. It's disheartening to me that every time we hear of a Kim, it's about her making a statement about females, about her not getting her flowers, but she's lazy, and somebody need to tell her the truth. And Mr. Papers really love you, he'll tell you, Mama, you need to get to work. You got to get up. You can't be lazy. You lazy. You want that money, you got to work for that money. Ain't nobody just gonna give you no money. You can forget that thought, sis. Mama, Kim, you got to work for it. Let's go to the phone line. 0228, call you on the air.
Hello.
Hey, welcome. You loud on the air. I can hear you.
Hey. Okay, so it's a lot I want to talk about for this Lil Kim. I love Lil Kim, but I'm also a Nicki fan. But I just feel like sometimes she just, I don't know if she does it to herself or something about the homage thing, but I believe that I feel like all the girls pay her homage. Cardi B has talked about her, Megan Thee Stallion, the Wheaties, the City Girls, Dream Doll, all these girls talk about her, so I don't get why she says she doesn't get the homage. I guess from Nicki point of view, and I feel like people say, well, Lil Kim said Nicki did this, and Nicki says Lil Kim did this. We really don't know. I feel like it was on Birdman and them. I think they kind of dropped the ball on that situation, and Nicki was like, I love you, Lil Kim, but this is my career, so if the situation with Birdman, I'm sorry about that, but I got to move past that because I'm new in this game. So the situation, we're supposed to have a song together and all of that, I'm sorry, but I got to keep it moving. And then I guess Kim probably felt a way about that, but it's probably other things behind the scenes that we don't know. And I do feel like Lil Kim does need to do a book. She does need to maybe even create a wig line, do a fashion line with Chanel, Fendi, all these people that say you're a fashion icon, but you could have been doing that throughout the years, like how Rihanna did. I mean, Queen Latifah, she got the cover girl. She was producing. Missy Elliott has, she writes and she produces for artists like Fantasia, Jasmine Sullivan, and, you know, Rod Diggs got the podcast. MC Light does stuff. Look, Trina, 20 years in the game, and she's still doing things. Like, we was waiting for that album. When the album came out, I bought the album, but I only liked the Pray For You record with Rick Ross. That's the only album that's the only song I really like. And you was in this game for 25 years. You should have been ready to drop that album, the YouTube series, the Girls Trip show. I like that. I liked it when you was doing that. But after the album, you should have did a deluxe album for your part 2. But that never came out. So it's like this stuff happens, and
I agree. Her follow up is trash, and what gets me, you have to get out of this paying homage. Fuck the homage. Put the work in. You put the work in, the homage will come. But if you always give me homage, pay homage, fuck the homage. I don't get homage. I put the work in. Give the people what they want, which is good music, the style of the Kim that they like. They're not really into you got the spoon feeding it. Give them that old school. When Kim released her mixtape, it was a dope mixtape. They ate it up when she went to the club, when I went to the club to see her back in Chicago a couple of years back. So that'll let you know the consumers are there. The thing with Kim, her follow-up is trash. Her promoting and marketing is trash. And to me, she's not utilizing social media like she should. But I would love to see that Pray For Me video, to be honest.
When Missy got the VMA whatever that biggest award from VMAs last year, Missy dropped the EP. She was on doing interviews. She dropped her EP and went like top 20 of the 200 album thing on Billboard. So she was working, and her videos was good. Kim, you should have, you could have did a song with Missy during last year.
Absolutely.
That's when
and
Mary won the BET.
They're friends.
Mary J. Blige had the BET Awards, Missy had the VMAs, and Kim had the Hip Hop Awards. Y'all should have came together and did something. All three of y'all was on the biggest awards getting honored.
Follow up.
Mary, Missy, and her.
It's about, for Kim, it's about the follow up. That's one thing that about I like Kaya. It shouldn't be Kaya is getting all of this press in the media and reinventing herself because she know how to take advantage of social media. That's why when she released a record, they go and buy the record and she make her coins, and she have a website where she'll roast it at. Kim can go on Patreon and let people pay for her spilling tea and having her talk about this and talk about that. I just think that Kim need to take a page out of Kaya's book by being more active on social media. I don't know why. Maybe it's something of her being in an era when it was no internet, but you need to start taking advantage of social media. Snoop Dogg takes advantage of his social media, and he came out around the same time Kim came out.
Yeah, even after the versus battle with Snoop Dogg and DMX, the rollout after that was so good because they both started selling merch. Both of the documentaries because Snoop Dogg was a part of No Limit and DMX is a part of Rough Riders. Both of those are coming out. So their rollout has been so good after that big moment that you gotta capitate off of that,
Absolutely. And my thing is this, Kim, she got to have this stuff. And I don't know if she check out social media, who is on her team, who is her manager. They all need to be fired. Every one of them. Her manager, her publicist, her makeup art, all the people need to be fired. And she needs to start over and getting people that is younger, hungry, and that is willing to fight and put out the best of Kim and not just suck up Kim just for her coins and not want the best for her career. I just think that she needs to get somebody on her team that is hungry. Right now, she got people on there that's just up there getting they check. They don't care. Yes, man.
People. Yes. Yeah. You don't got to know no people. You need somebody that's going to say no, 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 and no.
Absolutely. This is the way we need to go, Kim.
I feel like even with the hair, like, how she said, everybody copied the wig. Girl, you should have came out with a wig line to be in the beauty supply store down the street so I could get me a wig or some bundle.
Absolutely.
You should have did something like that.
Absolutely.
Or at least you could have been on, what's the show, Project Runway? She could have been doing she could have been a guest judge on shows like that because her fashion statements are such a big thing.
Oh, RuPaul Drag Race. She could do that as well.
Yes.
It's like you said, she have to do things to stay current in the music industry. Even America's Got Talent, even getting on those shows, making it be that it was great when she was on Dancing with the Stars, but she had to continue to put the work. She'll do one good thing and then she'll stop and disappear for years. And then pop up again.
Yeah.
With a Fat Joe interview. Like, wow. Like, where's the Pray For Me video featuring Rick Ross? Like, where is that follow-up with this stuff?
That should have been a video.
Because that was an amazing record and it's needed to this day. If it's a good video, people will flock to Kim. I just don't understand it. I just think she have to listen like Brandy listened to her fans, and look what Brandy's at now. Now she's out, she's current, people about her music, they're talking, she's of the art, and she's from that 90s era. A lot of 90s era, they flop because they don't know how to reinvent. They don't know how to change with the times.
Yeah, Monica, but look at Brandy. Monica reinvented her. She was dropping albums. Brandy wasn't dropping.
Come on.
But in the same thing, like, you haven't been dropping stuff, Kim. So we need consistency. Even after Nicki put out Pink Friday, you put out a whole mixtape after that. And then when Beyonce Nicki came out, you put a whole it's like stop with the Nicki stuff. Like, we get that it's a beef there, but I feel like Nicki has been past it because even when Nicki do interviews, she still says your name. She says Lil Kim she might say more. She might say Foxy more, but she does say in that line in her mixtape, she said Lil Kim, Remy, and Foxy and Lauren. So she still gives you the props. It's not going to be up to what you want because y'all don't like each other. If I don't like somebody, I ain't about to be like, oh, girl, yay. It's yay, but I don't like you.
And with the Nicki, she should have embraced the competition and just kept the best. Got in that studio, put the best album together, the best photo shoot. Should have embraced the competition instead of doing it the low budget route. And like, who was in her inner circle encouraging that? She did not focus on Kim commercially, knowing, and then why Nicki was taking over the rap game. I'm getting into acting. I'm getting into produce a reality show, doing the, expanding your brand, getting into fashion, etc., etc.
Because I feel like a lot of her counterparts, they do something on a consistent basis every day, but I just don't really know what Kim does. Like the Brat, she's on the radio. Trina's on the radio now. She does Love and Hip Hop. MC Light does her producing and DJing. Queen Latifah, she's into the makeup thing. Eve's on the talk show. Remy Ma was on the State of the Culture. We want something from Kim. We really do. We want to see you on the TV doing something. It might not have to be music, but it still could be in the hip hop community. Because let's be real, Lil' Kim does move the culture. She does. She has moved the culture. She has influenced it. But I just feel like the Nicki and her thing need to be moved on. I get she's mad about, I guess, when Nicki came out with Queen, like in the video you showed, Nicki called herself a queen. I mean, why wouldn't she call herself a queen? When Kendrick came out and said, look, I love you, J. Cole, Drake, Jay-Z, Kanye, but I'm competing. I'm the top dog. I'm the king around here. But when Nicki come out and say she queen because nobody gave her her name, she called herself that. Why wouldn't she say that? Hip hop is a competition, it's competitive, but we can show love to you at the same time. But it's like we competing back and forth. And that's going to bring the best out of you by that competition situation.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so very much for calling in.
Thank you, Wiley. Love your show.
Love you. That's what I'm talking about. I really into that. So after this commercial break, I am going to talk about the Funky Dineva piece about what I received.
Exclusive. That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
I need to listen to that, okay?
Don't go. Keep it going. Yes. Have you heard? The Wiley Show is expanding and will now be on Station Head every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's right. Download Station Head today. You won't because you don't want to miss Wiley being raw and unfiltered. The Wiley Show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Station Head.
Let's do it, yo. Finish home.
All right. So I was literally on my air mattress, preparing, producing, trying to, crack a story, looking for the next big story for the Wiley Show. So I was surfing the internet, and it was like one of my producers sent me a screenshot of Funky Dineva page, and he wrote this. He said, "Can y'all please roast this deadbeat BITCH? He keeps trolling me. I'm tired of his ass. At official DJ Drip. Go away, stand." So I'm like, oh, it's a beef with DJ Drip. So I'm like, okay. So my producer sent me the IG, and I had DJ Drip email. So I sent him an email to come on the Wiley Show. So I sent him that email. What time did I send him that email? I sent him that email. Hold on. What time did I send it? About 5:50 p.m. today at his email. I would love to bring you on my show. I'm wondering why is Funky coming at you? I'm wondering, that's what it's going to be about. So I get an email from Funky Dineva. I get an email from Funky Dineva. And of course, Patreon, y'all get the stuff first. So I'm going to read it. This is from Funky Dineva. Quote, "There is no need for your messy ass to be sending my brother an interview request. So you can start the mess on social media and try to create drama where there isn't any. This is my brother, and we are playing around with one another. Try again. And he sent me the screenshot of that. So I guess his brother sent that. And first and foremost, my messy ass did not know that you were playing, because in the message or on your page, Funky, you wrote a post. Can y'all please roast this deadbeat bitch? He keeps trolling me. I'm tired of his ass. At official DJ Drip, go away stand. So people thought it was a beef. So my messy ass emailed him to track down the story. Nothing big to it. He could have easily sent me an email and say, bruh, we just playing. Ain't none to it. Peace be unto you. We can talk about being a DJ, but it's no beef. That's my brother. It's all Gucci. But his messy ass dripped and forwarded you the email that I sent, and you came and respond to me. I find it quite interesting from a man that got evicted from Michelle Etienne, and she had to fight for her coins and had to get a shampoo company to get the poop stains out from your dog using the restroom on the carpet. I find it quite interesting that you would come in my email. Are you doing this for clout? Because your interview with that lady from Real Housewives of Potomac did not go anywhere, that you tried to break a story of her being homophobic, and you did all the talking, and she got on there with them crocodile tears, tried to save her career. Nobody talked about that interview. It didn't break no records. Nobody talked about it. It didn't break the internet. We didn't care. We know she's trash, and we ain't really checking for her. Is that why you're trying to pick up a fake thing? When you put a post like that, we don't know that that's your brother. Y'all don't have the same shade. I don't know. I'm not that obsessed with it. I'm just like what you doing, chasing a story. I'm a journalist. I just chase the story. But for you to bring your behind to come in my email and to try to call me a messy ass, girl, you're messy. You put on a wig to be something that you wasn't, and you got tired of putting on that wig, and you still don't garner up the views as the man, because they want to see you in your wig. And you got tired of wearing that wig. You wanted to be yourself. But they don't want to see that way. They want to see that wig come out. But you want to be the educated one. If I'm not mistaken, you were on the show Sister Circle, and allegedly word on the street that you could not continue because you love that candy dust up your nostrils. And they said, no, baby girl, you can't continue on here because we don't allow people to get and put candy dust up their nose, and they told you no. But quiet as kept, I thought you were supposed to be on that show for Sister Circle. It's canceled now. But you were canceled before that show actually got canceled. And I'm like, why are you coming in my email? I didn't know that was your brother. I don't know if you do candy dust. But you said you done a look. I don't know. But that's the word on the street. They say you like a little candy dust up your nose. I don't know if you did candy dust in the basement. I don't know. That ain't up to me. Kaya said you did some candy dust at the bar. You started candy dust. That's what you did. So I don't know. I'm just saying it was all allegedly. But I don't like it when these big YouTubers, they get in that power position. They come in my email all big and bad. If you big and bad, hit the link, bruh. Let's have a conversation. What, like, messy ass? Excuse me? Last time I checked, you messy. Did you build your platform talking about power? You built your platform of being messy. Getting women business. Inserting yourselves in beefs, and you got the clicks and views. But when I try to do what you have been doing for decades on YouTube, it's a problem. When I do something like that, I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. When Wiley does something, it's a problem. It is a problem. I don't snort candy dust up my nose. I don't do that. I didn't go in the basement with an unfinished basement. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. But if you want to come on the Wiley Show, let's have a conversation. For DJ Drip to drip and send you an email and as though that I can't sit and talk, it's a problem if y'all doing that. If it's good, it's good. But don't get mad at the radio guy, at the blogger guy, that I want to sit and send an email for an interview. I'm chasing a story. I want to eat too. I want to be a big YouTuber too. Why is it a problem when I do it? Why is it a problem? Talk back to me in the chat. When I creep and try to get a story to break it in, I get resistance. So I apologize for DJ Drip that I apologize to DJ Drip for sending him an email, but when he called you a bitch and all of that, when he said that, I thought it was some tea. I could be wrong. I sent an email. It ain't nothing. They just joking. I want to laugh too. So when he sent me that email, I had to just sit and I was like flabbergasted. I was like, whoa, like, wow, like, yo, messy, as though that you having conversation. Maybe you're in the basement having a conversation about me. I don't know. But I do think that you do talk about me. You do know of me. We've been trying for years to get you on the Wiley Show. You never responded to come on. But your friend, your brother, DJ Drip, look like he need to take a bath and a hot shower. Y'all have y'all did for clicks and views. So I just asked the question, people. Was I wrong to ask a question for an interview? You said that about DJ Drip. He just did it for promotion. We give him the promotion. He ain't got no 3,000 followers on Instagram. You know, where's he called himself a celebrity DJ? I never seen him turn some records for a celebrity. I never heard of this DJ Drip. Look like he need a hot shower and a shave. But look like your dealer, in my humble opinion. But you said this, Funky Dineva, quote, "Can y'all please roast this deadbeat bitch? He keeps trolling me. I'm tired of his ass at official DJ Drip. Go away, Stan." And you put laughing emoji. So I, as an interviewer, just picked up, got on my job, and said, "Hey, can you come on for an interview?" That's all I did. It wasn't messy. I said, "Oh, funny to come at you," because that's what I'm assuming. That's how I comprehend it. And that was it. Nothing more. I didn't ask her, well, send me pictures of Funky snorting candy dust up his nose. Send me that eviction letter. No. Send me a picture of that poop stain on the carpet. No. I'll see if I ask questions for that. I ain't asking no questions for that. Send me the rejection letter of Sister Circle telling him no. I'll see if I said something like that. Then you can say messy ass. Like, come on. I just don't understand that. I just don't understand it. Why do they come at Brother Wiley? I don't understand it. That's how Funky talk. I don't know, because I'm not really an obsessed fan. I miss it when he had on the wigs. I can't watch it when he regular. I like when he got the wigs. My hair laid like Harriet Tubman. I like when he talk like that. My hair laid like Sojourner Truth. When he talk like that and everything like that. That's what I used to watch. But I can't watch when he regular. I don't like the regular version. I like it with the hair laid. Like Gladys Knight. You know, that's what I was a fan of. But I do honor him and respect him as cracking down doors. I don't care if he had to snort a line, but he did crack open doors for people to sit here as a black man and to have a conversation about Wiley. I do respect him for that. I do respect him in that regard, but I will not respect a man that will jump in my emails and not even say, "Brother, we having a whatever. And we could have scheduled an interview. He could come on the show, but he won't do it. He'll just sit in the basements and talk about him. Well, he probably can't sit in the basement and talk about, because, Maddie, she doing her show in LA. She doing her show in LA. They've been testing her and everything, her nostrils and stuff like that. So she doing her show. So she booked and busy. That's why she ain't been doing her Maddie in the Morning show. She taping her television show that they shopping. She taping a show and stuff like that. So that's probably why she haven't been there and all that type of stuff. But she's more than welcome to come on this show. I'm here. I'm here, right here. But this is the same man that was talking about Blue Ivy, a baby. That was the same man. Y'all remember that? He was talking about that baby and got in controversy talking about the baby, saying the baby don't look right. And he has the audacity to talk about that baby. And he look like the way he look. I'm just saying. And I mean, when he having this conversation, I just have to answer that, people. I'm not coming at him hard. He came at me saying I'm a messy ass. And you know me, I'm going to get a click and a view. But let's go to the phone lines. 4713, caller, you on air. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, who it is?
Hey, Bob, what's going on? It's Darren. Only thing I have to say is, while he's sitting up there trying to start beef with you, the real beef he need to have is with his toes. You need to Google them feet. That's the beef that he needs to be having, is the beef with the motherfucking toes. Because them feet, that ain't it. But that's all I had to say. Google his feet though, Wiley. You'll get a good cackle.
Not his toes. Not his toes look like it's been in the air fryer. And I'm like, what the world going on? And I'm like, I don't be bothering nobody. I literally just sit on my air mattress. I send hundreds of emails, hundreds of requests from people to come on the Wiley Show. That email from DJ Drippity Drip sent it to Funky, and Funky sent it to me. And now I responded to Funky. He sent that funky response. And I didn't send it in ill intent. I thought it was a juicy story, and I just chased the story. When the producers send it to me, I was like, thank you. Thank you. Let me dig. Let me send a request. Go to his booking email and send him an email. I always do that. That's with anything. That's what I do. And that ain't gonna never change. I've always sent requests to bring people on the Wiley Show. I want to be great too. I want to be awesome too. You know, when I get my opportunity to join a panel show, I don't want to be doing no candy dust. I'll bring probably some Pringles and a bottle of water, but you know, I don't want to, mess up my thing. But I heard that he got chased up out of Atlanta. That's what I heard. I don't know if it be true, but they said he got chased up out of Atlanta. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. I don't know. But I know when I make it big, I want to make sure I manage it and I don't snort up my money. I just want to make that perfectly clear. I don't want to snort it up. I want to make sure I keep it and multiply it and not put it down my nostrils with candy dust. No, absolutely not. But we don't know if that will happen. All that is allegedly. Only thing I know for sure, he sent me an email on the Wiley Show at gmail.com. And that is from his email. And that's his email. We verified it. That's from his email. He sent it to us. He didn't respond to us yet, but we sent him a response. So we're waiting on him to respond to us. If he do, great. If he don't, great. Okay, because that ain't gonna stop us from having a conversation. The phone lines is open. If anybody want to call in and give their opinion about this situation, the number is 646-716-8447. Again, the number is 646-716-8447. And we just having a conversation. And I'm just definitely down for it. And talking about all this to be a picture of his feet. I don't want to see his feet. 646-716-8447. We want to thank y'all for supporting us and calling in. So God bless you and thank you for that. And also too, it ain't gonna stop us from reporting and breaking stories. That's what we do on the Wiley Show. We were trying to break a story and we were wrong. They were playing. That's what he was doing. Okay. He's representing RSM. Your video he watching. You know you already know he watching. And I think what he have done for is great. I just think that as an interviewer, my only critique is allowing the guest to answer and not you give a whole statement of homophobic rants. Is allow the lady from Real Housewives of Potomac to answer the question. I don't care if she said it 10 years ago. She's caught up in mess. But a lot of times these folks, they don't ask the real questions no more. It's because they want to be in the industry. That's one piece that I was reading about in Charlamagne the God book. Wendy said, you're going to be for the people or you're going to be for the interview or you're going to be for the industry. When you're from the industry, you ain't gonna ask the hard-hitting questions, what people want to know. You want to be invited to the party and stuff like that. And if you're doing candy dust, I'm saying if you're doing candy dust, you always want to be invited to the party. You know, snip, snip, drip, drip. Okay, so we reached out. There's nothing more I can say about it. I don't think I was being messy to send to respond to DJ Drip. I just sent him an email. Funky down to the bar, not thinking about you, Wiley. Oh, it doesn't matter. He was thinking about me. He was thinking about me sending me an email. Okay? He was thinking about me sending me an email. When people say, oh, he ain't thinking about you, you lie, because he sent me an email. You can't say somebody ain't thinking about you. Once you write an email and send it to wileyshow@gmail.com, you thinking about Wiley. Period. All right. Okay. Now, I want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe. We're on our goal. We're trying to get to 20K subscribers. We're a couple of thousand away, but we thank you all for that. And that's all I got to say about that. I want to say thank y'all for calling in. Oh, we got another caller. 0731 Carly on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead, sister.
Yeah, Funky Dineva need to go chase down Joanne the scammer, and get his wig and his whole persona back, because Joanne the scammer took everything from Funky Dineva. Now he's sitting here with no wig on. I guess he stopped smoking crack or whatever he was doing. And I don't understand why he came at you and you trying to get an interview.
That's what I did. I just tried to get an interview. That's all I did.
Why is he cutting your hair like that? Why he cutting you off like that? That's some jealousy. Like, come on, Funky Dineva. All the stuff he done did, he done got on BET, he done messed that up. He got on the Sister Circle, he got thrown out of that. He went over there with Michelle, she kicked him out, had to take him to court. I mean, come on. Ain't nobody listening to Funky Dineva. And why is his feet on Google? Like, who the hell want to see his feet? Like, his feet look like he had been walking on the slave trail for like 100 years. Like, his feet look disgusting. That's all I got to say, Wiley.
All right. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much for calling in. Hey. Yeah, I love you. Oh, wow. And I love the producers. That's all we do over here. We just chase stories. That's all we was doing. We was just chasing the story. You don't see no shade. We just chasing the story. We trying to break the internet. Okay, that's all what we was doing. It was nothing that serious. Although when did he dish you? I want to see. It was in the email. And on Patreon, you all get it, the stuff before regular folks get it. And they saw the email in its entirety. Yeah, so I give it to Patreon, and I showed Patreon that. And I'm like, what in the world they doing that? Why? What's the reason? Why do they come at Wiley so hard? They come at me so hard. But I was not built to break. Okay, shout out to Whitney Houston. I would keep on doing. Okay? I would just keep it on. I'm not gonna stop. having a conversation and chasing down a story. Now, producers keep sending me stories, and we'll see if we can crack it open. This was a lit show. Thank you all so very much. Gotta go. I want to make sure I moisturize my feet, but my feet look pretty good. It don't look like I've been walking on concrete floors. My feet look pretty good. So I'm going to moisturize that, put some of that Shades Creation on my feet and ankles and legs and toes and face, and have a good day. Thank you all so very much for tuning into the Wiley Show. I will talk to each and every one of you all. So, gotta go. Peace.